Hi, hi everybody. I'm Willow Blue, and I'm here to talk to you today about how I am structuring my client and contract and invoice flow with Airtable because I had a ton of fun setting this up. So this is for my work with bl00cyborg, keeping track of the different things that I have going on. So in this Airtable, as I start to talk to someone, I add them as a client, and who I contracted, like who I was contacted by through. This field will automatically populate later. I include a last contact, any notes about what's going on, contact name, email, other people who might be involved, their website, and if there's a signal group or something, the name of it so I can keep track. Then, once a contract seems to be getting started, I add a client, the qualifier, what it is we're working on. So in this case, it's a deletion and retention automation, what field it's in of all the different things that I offer, um, and then the bid and rate that I'll be working at, and when I think I would be invoicing for. That automatically names it for the year and the month, and then the name of the group, and then the qualifier of what it is we're working on. Once a contract gets signed, I include that date here. That uses Zapier to connect to Harvest to create a new project with all the usual tasks that I use in my work, with a budget of the bid and the rate included. Then as I move through things, I add expenses as they happen. So the name the contract is associated with, date, amount, whether or not I'm asking for reimbursement, and I attach a receipt. This will help me with my taxes later. I can also tell how I'm doing projecting into the future by when these contracts are likely to land and what my target is for making for the month, what the projected income is for the month, and whether or not I am over or under. And then down here, I have am I on track or not for my goals. Then when it closes out, well, as it goes, I give it a rating of the project itself, but also a desire to engage again in the future. I might have had a great time on a project, but not see how it could add to my career path, and so I might not want to do it again in the future. When a project is done and I enter and I send the invoice, I do a couple of different things. I add in the actual amount invoiced and the hours that I worked, the hours that are passed through to someone who might have helped me, and the unpaid amount of administrative time associated with it. That gives me an actual rate that assumes a 33% tax set aside. And so when I plug in the invoice date, it automatically changes from being in flight to being invoiced. And then I start using this tab over here for payments. So this is how much I was paid for it, the suggestion of how much to take out for taxes, how much I actually set aside, any expenses associated with it, and what that means about the total amount that I have taken, that I have to spend my budget, which is this number down here. That also means that when the amount is paid out in full, so for instance, this one was paid in one payment in full. So I don't know why the amount due is showing that extra amount there. I'll figure that. Oh yeah, because it hasn't been paid yet. Okay, so these are in invoice. So this one hasn't been paid yet, and this one has been partially paid. So these are the amounts that are still due, whereas these have all been paid in full. When the amount due is 0 and it has an invoice date, it moves to done automatically. And then I ask if it can go on the website and if I can get a testimonial. And that is how I keep track of where all my money is coming from and going and what the future looks like.